Hey, in this lesson we will discuss fractal supply and demand zones or hidden supply and demand zones. We will start with the wicks. So, first of all, why you need to understand this concept? Because we need to see how the market moves, and we can see up and down moves not only in the candles themselves, if they are white or black or green or red, so up or down candles, but in the wicks and in the intersecting wicks. Let's start with the wicks. So if you take a candle with a wick like this, then what do you think is happening here? Remember, the market is fractal, and there are moves that are happening inside the moves. And if you see a candle like this, any kind of wick, that means that candle opened here at this level, then probably went up, creating this wick, then went down again, and went up, and then next candle opens. So you see, this is the wick and this is the wick. So inside them we had up move and down move and down move and up move. Let's switch the time frames to see it. So you see, down move and up move created this big wick. If you see the moves in this manner, you will be able to pick supply and demand zones that are wicks if they have imbalance. So for example, if you see this wick, you understand that there is an up move happened here and then down move. So you can use this as your SnD zone, and of course we'll discuss more about context and how to use them combined with multi-time frame analysis and so on and so on. But for now, just understand that any kind of wick is an up move before the down move, or vice versa. Of course, it should have an imbalance. So this wick is unmitigated. This wick, for example, is mitigated by this wick. So this wick does not have imbalance. Now, let's look at a different example with the wick. Pay attention to this candle with this big wick. Again, just seeing this, we can see that there was a down move here before the up move. So let's switch time frames lower, and we see this down move, up move. If we switch even lower, down move, up move, creating this wick on weekly. So this is how it works for wicks. And for let's quickly find an example where wick acted like a SnD zone. So this is one of possible examples. What we have here is a market that was moving down, then created this break to the upside, then one more break to the upside with this protected low, and then went into lower SnDs with only one break of this structure. So remember, when you have a market that is moving like this and you have a zone 1, zone 2, if it breaks with only one break, you are still okay to use this zone. And here, yes, of course, the market mitigated this zone here and reacted from it, but also it mitigated this wick. And what we know about wicks is that it is a down move before the up move. So let's maybe switch here and see how it looked on lower time frames, how it looked with the down candles. You see, so a down candle, up candle, really clear down candle before the up move, which look as a wick on lower time frames. So this is the first part of this lesson, and now let's move on to fractal SnDs. What it means? It means that sometimes when you see consecutive up candles, but if they have wicks that intersect with each other, you need to understand that there is a move happening there as well. So for example, if you see a price action like this, you understand that the price never moved in one wave here, but it was interrupted by these pauses. So price opened here, went up, down, then opened here, went down again, and then up and down. So what happened between these 2 weeks was a down move. Something like this happened between these 2 weeks because price moved up, then opened the candle here, the price opened, moved up, started to move down, opened the next candle and moved down again. So you see, these intersecting wicks, they are hiding moves from us. So this is why we call it fractal SnDs or hidden SnDs and fractal, because if you want to see the actual down move, you need to switch to lower time frames. So for example, if we mark up this part of price action and then switch to lower time frame, we can see that the move was not actually the straight up move. It was interrupted by these down moves, and probably this down move is the previous intersecting wicks. So let's see, we have this, and let's go to 15 minutes. Yeah, so you see, this is the down move which we can see between the candles, and we can use these zones as our SnD zone as well. So let's find a couple of examples where it provided a good reaction from a hidden SnD zone. And so let's pay attention to this piece of price action. What we had here is a market that is currently moving up, and it created this this break here. So this was the pullback, and then this impulse up. And what's interesting, everything here is mitigated, as you can see, by this wick. So no imbalance here. The first imbalance we see is this one, but we don't have a down move, a classical down move candle below. Yeah, and if you don't know about the fractal SnDs, you could say, okay, my down move is here, but it's mitigated by everything and I don't want to use it. But if you know a bit more about fractal nature of the moves, you can tell that this was the last down move that happened in this impulse that was unmitigated. So that has reasons for the smart money to come back and mitigate and then continue from it. And actually this example shows how it worked. Yeah, so this is a way to refine your zones sometimes when you can see hidden SnDs, or just to pick the zones that are unmitigated. And let's try to see how it looks on lower time frames. So on lower time frames, sometimes you will not see like clear down move, but I think this is the down move that we see on this hidden SnD here. So sorry. So you see, we had actually this bigger down move and then one more down move which is hidden here. Let's see one more example. And what we have here is a market that moved up, created this high, then broke it, and then created a new waves, eventually breaking this one with this impulse, with this low, and it came from this pullback. And so of course we expect for the price to turn down somewhere inside this price range based on structure. And again, if you're looking for just an up candle, actual up candle, you can be confused by what market did. But if you're looking for up moves, not candles, because we can see moves between the candles, you can admit that probably the market mitigated this up move before the down move and then started its way down. So again, you see how interesting the market created this break of structure, and then everything was mitigated on the way down. So these zones are all mitigated until this one. So this was the last unmitigated portion of price action, and so this one was mitigated. This one, market filled this imbalance and went down. So this is what happened. And let's maybe go on lower time frames and try to see how the actual move, how the actual up move looked on lower time frames. And again, you can play with this, because you see, when I came to lower time frames, it showed me that this portion that we see on a high time frame is this one, this up move. But on 4 hours we can see that there is a good refinement here, and you can use like a bigger zone, but it's not needed. It's perfectly fine to use or for example here on daily you can see this hidden SnD or this week as your refinement if you want to do it. Okay, so this was the intro to hidden SnDs. Of course, when we will see more examples, more trades, context, refinements, and so on, you will understand this concept more and more. But actually, it is as simple as it was in this video. So a wick is its own up move before the down move, or vice versa, and intersecting wicks show us that there is an counter move in the wave. See you in the next video.